One of my favourite things is when I go back to the community and my aunties and my mum and the old girls, I call them the old girls, we go looking for turtles in the swamps, the long-necked turtles. And what I just feel so grounded and at one when we're all sitting around the fireplace and these old women are sharing their life stories. They're sharing they're sharing and the honesty around sharing and being in that moment around honesty, and it just comes straight from the heart.
Custom is something I want to keep here in Kawanyama, not outside of Kawanyama. But I don't mind teaching some people our ways, but mainly we would keep it in our community, and it's a very valuable to us custom. I was born with culture. I cannot walk away. I'm trying my best to get the young generation today back into culture. So that's my intention of talking to young kids. When I see a cabbage tree, you take a seed, you grow them, and then it sprouts up and it grows into a beautiful tree. And every limb we learn from the limb, from the root we would eat. The suckers comes up and you have a little nut. We tried our best to eat the nut when it was green, but when it start to have a new shoot, and that's the only time you eat the nut off it. Break off the nut. We would go through the bush. These kids don't know that. We would go out in the bush. Every time we go out fishing, we would look, we'd rush, dig up the cabbage tree and we'd get a nut out of it. And we would eat that. That's like a coconut, but it's much sweeter and softer. And I said, we try to cut them when it's seed itself, but it's rock or might be like diamond. You have to have something to cut that thing in. But when it's have a shoot, that's the only time you eat it. And see, it grows up and it grows wider, and that's the way we want our culture to grow up. Young kids grow up and our culture would expand, and so is children too. And stand up tall like our cabbage tree.
Being on country is so important. I mean, there is this unspoken connection. There is this connection that you don't have the stress of everyday life outside of the community. Everything just melts away. You're in pure bliss. I find when I go back home and when I'm back either in South Mitchell or Topsy, which is all Cocklebera country, or wherever I am really in Kawanyama, I could be in Landing or Younger, I could be anywhere. But it's just this, I don't know how to explain it, but I call it like it's almost meditative. I go in a meditation where I just sit there and my heart is actually really open. And it's very, not often that, I think I open my heart like that, but it's open and I'm being fed this energy that's just there, and it's just complete bliss. I don't want to leave. Every time I go home, I don't want to leave because of this connection. And I don't know what it is. It's just, I can almost feel my old people and know that my grandfather and my grandmother and my grandmother's mother and father and their father and mother and them and so on all walked on this land, and they were here for so long and they're still here. And it's just this sense of pride of knowing where you come from and knowing where you're gonna your body, when you die, your min-mile's gonna be sent back to, your connection, and actually knowing the process after death, but also knowing where you came from and how the old people bring babies, and just I miss it. I miss home every day when I'm connecting to source, or when I'm connecting to, we say patangan, something bigger than us. It's people gonna have to be there.